Hi, my name is John Ross, and I want to tell you my story. About 6 months ago, 8 months ago, I was facing a pending divorce and loss of marriage and loss of house. I resorted to my old friend, alcohol, which was the beginning of my downfall. Within a very short period of time, I found myself homeless because the wife had asked me to leave. I resorted to drinking endlessly, even smoking cocaine, which really made things worse. I found myself with a DUI. I went to jail. That night, I prayed to God that if you let me out this morning, because I really didn't think I was going to, because I had protective orders against me, and the commissioner really didn't want to let me go. But they let me go. I own recognizance. I couldn't believe it. I'd asked God to please let me go, and I will promise you that I will go into rehab. I walked back to my truck, which was parked about 2 miles away. I sat in my truck. I prayed. I called my sister. I called my support, my nephew, and I called the crisis center. They wanted me to drive to the hospital. I told them I couldn't. And so they said, we'll come to you. And sure enough, within 15 minutes, they were at my location. They picked me up, took me back to the crisis center, offered me drinks and snacks, which I hadn't had, and did a power meeting with phones, 3 of them, to find a bed for me. I was hoping they would wait until maybe Monday, because this was Friday afternoon, and I'd have one more weekend of freedom. But they found a bed for me that night. And so I said yes, I would go. That was the hardest okay I've ever said, because I really didn't want to go, but I had promised God, and for once I was going to keep my promise. Excuse me. Whew. I went to Avery, that was before. I went to Pyramid over in Charlotte Hall, Anchor, and I spent 35 days there. At the end of 35 days, I was alcohol free, I was drug free, I had a support group, and I had a plan. My plan involved moving on, not just from rehab, but reestablishing my life. I had to do something different, because I'm 63 years old and this can't continue, and I was going to die, and I knew it. So going to Chop Tank Recovery on the Eastern Shore was my choice. I went there, and I was there for 6 months and 3 days. That part of my recovery, which was a 3.1, was very difficult because I was away from family. I was in a house with 30 different men. I saw many people OD, even inside the house, which was disturbing. But I suffered through my pains of my addiction, got a sponsor while in Chop Tank, still have one. His name is Steve, and I'm in communication with him every day. I graduated, as it were, from Chop Tank and came to this house that I'm at right now, which is called Solutions. It's an Oxford house. I have to pay out of pocket, and so it's $600 a month. It's not that much, but it's more than I'm making presently. But I've found enough work to pay for the rent, and I have food stamps, which it pays for the rest of that. But I would definitely advertise and advocate that you get serious. You have to be serious about your recovery. Prayer and meditation and sponsorship is essential. Please, please, take this to heart, and you can succeed. You will do it. I'm in the process of doing it. I'm 8.5 months in. I'm waiting for a year. Something in about a year just really helps, but it's right around the corner. And so, please try, and you can do it.